Good morning. Good morning. We are live. How are you this morning? I hope you are well. I am much better than I was yesterday. I was bad with a migraine yesterday. Apparently there's something going on in the atmospherics, in the universe. Maybe it's a full moon. I don't know. But whatever it was, every time it happens, it causes me to have a migraine. So yeah, I'm much better today. I was very washed out yesterday. So I hope you are well and you haven't suffered as well with that, because I know how annoying that can be. So this morning, I'm going to talk to you about the subjects that I talk about the most, I suppose, and in detail, which is planning. But we're going to be very specific today, and we're going to talk about how to review quarter one and how to plan better for quarter two. So it might be a bit sort of linear today for you, but you can have fun with planning. So let's do that today. Anyway, for those of you that don't know me, that may be watching on a different platform, I'm Mandy Nicholson, and I am the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm a creative retreat owner here in Scotland, and I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their businesses and make more money. And this is what I want you to do, make more money. So what did your quarter one plan look like? Did you create your vision for the year? Did you set out for your annual revenue goal for the year? And did you break that down into quarter one, which is January, February, and March? We are literally coming up to the end of March. So how specific were you in your planning at the get-go at the start of the year? It's time to review that. And if you weren't specific enough, don't worry. We're going into quarter two. You can correct that and you can go into quarter two much more ready than you were in quarter one. So most of you will know that I have my own planner, the Letter Rise Year Planner for Creatives, but any year planner, any notebook, anything at all with dates, any diary, page to view diary, doesn't matter what you've got. Don't go out and buy new. Buy new if you really don't have anything, but if you've got something you haven't used before, it's time to get it out. Dust off all the dust off it. Yeah, get it off the shelf and let's get using that and start planning. So when I create my goals for the year, I know what I want my big goal to be. And this year it was growth and the customer journey. I wanted to really focus on growing the business, like the 30-minute breakdowns in your planner. Thank you. I wanted to focus on growing the business so that I could help more women and growing the other business, the Art Bank. I've got two businesses, the coaching business and the Art Bank. And I wanted to do more retreats, more bed and breakfast in that one. And I wanted to serve more women in the coaching business, help them get their businesses making money for them. That's why I do. That's my why. That's what I do. But I need to understand how many people I'm going to serve and what that looks like in terms of revenue. So I'm very clear on that at the start of the year. I can then break that down into quarterly goals. So that's what I did at the start of the year. I knew that I wanted over the 12 months to serve 30 women in my creative mastermind. That's how many women I bring in. And that I know exactly how much turnover that will bring into my business. I knew I wanted to serve 6 women through my ultimate creative mastermind, very specific goals. And I know exactly how much turnover each will bring into my business. I wanted to fully book all the retreats, and there are 12 retreats this year. And I've gone into the year strong. So that breaks down into what is the quarterly goals page. I'm going to show it to you so that you can see what that looks like in my planner. And basically, I pick the 3 key things that are going to make the biggest difference in that quarter. There's space for 5, but I only ever pick 3 because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And at the end of the quarter, I want to tick it off. And as you can see, we have ticked off two of the things. One has been impacted by external forces. That happens in business. It's okay for that to happen. So in January, when we started the quarter, I said, right, my number one goal was my January launch. I did the 5-day challenge in January. That was going to bring in the main revenue into my business through being able to help women to build their businesses. So I had a clear goal for that, and we were very successful with the January launch. It exceeded my financial goals for the quarter, which is fantastic. I also wanted to develop my book sales and presence, and have hired somebody to focus on that. But we have experienced major tech issues in doing some of the things that we wanted to do. So that has had to be moved. So it's okay for you to move things to the next quarter if you haven't achieved it in that quarter. And then my third goal was to develop my team as stakeholders in the business and grow a high performing team, because I can't grow the business if I don't grow the team. So that was really, those three things I knew would make the biggest impact on my business. So each goal then has a number of actions attached to it. I then convert that into, what does that look like monthly? What's happening? What are the key things that are happening over the month of January, the month of February, and the month of March? The monthly goals then go into the weekly pages, so that you are planning all of your weekly key income producing activities in your diary or planner or whatever it is that you have that make the biggest impact. I then review that weekly and monthly. So it's habits. Quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four makes up 2024. And the habits that you start to build through this year, through each quarter, will set you up for business for the next year and the next year. Once you get these habits into skills, they're skills that are habitual and you just do them. I don't even have to think about this. I just do it because I've been doing it so long. So we're coming to the end of quarter one, and here is my quarter two plan. So I've looked at quarter one and reviewed it, and I've then created my quarter two plan. So the book becomes a goal again because we didn't achieve it in quarter one due to issues. So that then becomes a feature for quarter two. Booking the retreats is the next goal. Now I have booked out and sold out on 50% of my retreats already. So in terms of, if you look at the full year of selling out retreats this year, I've already achieved more than I needed to in quarter one. But I don't take my foot off the gas. I continue and say, well, if I booked 50% in quarter one, I should be able to book the remaining retreats in quarter two. So that becomes the goal for me for the next quarter. And then the final goal is introducing something new, which is VIP days, because I'm not launching again with the Creative Mastermind until July. So that will come in quarter three. Then the focus in terms of bringing in revenue for coaching is VIP days through quarter two. So that's my three goals that will make the biggest difference in quarter two. Those goals then break down into action steps. So let's take VIP days. Let's just talk about that, and I'll talk you through how I make goals. So sell VIP days in May and June. So in May and June, the focus is going to be VIP days. So all our content will start to focus in on that. And obviously, we continue to focus on retreats. All the copy needs to be clear. We need to use leads to sell the VIP days. So this is leads that we already have in the business. We've got a new bot that's still coming. Again, tech issues, things happen in business. I was going to launch my bot in January, and then there were problems, and there were more problems, and now it's going to be hopefully launched in April. So we'll see. And then obviously I'll use the email list to sell VIP days, because I've got an email list that belongs to me with, a few thousand people on it that may want to book a VIP day. So they are really clear goals for the next 3 months that will generate enough revenue into the business to hit my financial goals. I've already exceeded my financial goals for the first quarter. I've done 1/3 of my total. So I've got less pressure on hitting financial goals this month, but that doesn't mean that I will take my foot off the gas. So those have then been planned into the month of April, and we've got some detail on what's happening in April. And I've already got key dates. I know that I've got 3 podcasts booked in April. I've got a retreat in April. I've got returning guests for bed and breakfast in April. But I've also got Dan's birthday in April. That's important too. So I know the key things that are coming up in the next month. So what I would like to ask you is, where are you? You don't have to be the same as me, but are you looking at your big goal and setting 3 key goals for the quarter that you can link into your big goal that are measurable? So have I hit the sales target? Have I increased the numbers on my socials by what I set out to do? Have I achieved an increase on my email list? What are the measurables, and how are you reviewing them from quarter to quarter and leading yourself through the year, step by step, and reviewing your progress? Because it's so important as a business owner, to be able to celebrate the successes. Now, I have really celebrated the January launch that we did, because it's been the best launch I've ever done. Not that we got all the clients in at the same time, but there are still 13 clients that are in the pipeline that are applying for Access to Work, who want to join. How long does it take you to plan the next quarter? Okay, good question. It takes me now about half a day to review the quarter, to look at planning the next quarter, to plan the month, and to look at the key dates going into that quarter that I'm heading into. So it takes me about half a day, but it's half a day well spent, because I'm so clear. I know exactly, we're on the 26th of March, and from the 1st of April, I'm hitting the ground running, knowing what the focus is. And so are my team, because I've got a team meeting tomorrow at 11 o'clock, where we will be going through the planning for the next quarter, what we are focusing on. And they know they can create copy. They can create the emails and the blogs and everything that links in to the focus areas for our next quarter. It's synergized with everybody that works in my business. Everybody knows, because the key is communication. Now, some of you might be saying, but there's only me, so why does it matter? The act of doing this planning, I do it with a pen. And I do it with a pen because you're 80% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. And if you write them down every single day from something that you wrote down for the quarter and wrote down from the month, you are increasing your likelihood of you achieving the goals. So what I would say is, start with, what does your turnover look like for the next 3 months? How much money do you want to make in the next 3 months in your business? If you want to make £10,000 in your business over the next 3 months, I'm being realistic for you here, how are you going to do that? What do you have that can generate that income for you? And what can you do? What 3 key things can you do in the next 3 months that will help you to generate that level of turnover? Now, if at the minute you're only doing £1,000 a month, that's a big jump. So maybe you jump to £3,000. Okay, so my goal for or £6,000, £2,000 a month for the next quarter. So maybe you jump to 6,000 from where you are and double your money. Morning, Lisa. Think about that. Think about what's a realistic sales target from where you are now after the first quarter to where you think you would like to be, where you really desire to be by the end of the next quarter. And what resources, what tools, what resources, what products, what services do you have that you can focus on? I have never done VIP days before. I've talked about it. Gwen and I have talked about it. We even put something together for it, but we didn't actually get round to marketing it. So I'm bringing that in because what a great place to have a VIP day. You can come and actually stay over and get a fantastic breakfast and get a day and a half's coaching with me. So that's going to be launched in May and June because I can then fit in the number of VIP days that I need. And that's working with a group of 3 women. So there'd only be 3 of you ever on a VIP day, small, intimate, and really, really a day and a half of business coaching. So I know that people will want that. Karen's asking, I don't have a planner, which is the best one? Obviously, Karen, I'm going to say mine because it's available on Amazon. Let Her Rise Year Planner for Creatives by Mandy Nicholson. There's loads of planners. They'll all do a similar job. I did mine so that I could break it down exactly how I work, which is working over that 12-month vision with my mind map and then quarterly, monthly, weekly. So think about that. What's the revenue target you want for the next quarter? What is your sales target? Okay, what else do you want to achieve in the next quarter? Maybe it's building strong processes and systems in your business, having a new sales page, doing a new freebie, building an email campaign. Maybe you want to cement that in your business. Maybe you want to do an overview of your current social media channels to make sure they're on point with branding and that people can find you easily with links, etc. What are the goals that will make the biggest difference right now in your business? What can you achieve in 3 months? That means when you're sitting down and looking at it in the end of sort of April, May, June, at the end of June, that you can go, wow, I achieved what I set out to do, but you'll only ever do that if you plan it in detail. And I mean that most sincerely. Pen, even if you do it on a piece of paper and stick it on the wall, I don't care, is get yourself a pen, get yourself a planner, diary, whatever it is, and get into the habit of planning. Now, I've put the link to my planning and goal setting workshop in the descriptor, which is about an hour and a quarter, I think, of a workshop. And it takes you through exactly how I plan using my own planner in detail so that you can get more, because this planner has space for mind maps. It has space for note taking. It has space for setting your mission, your vision. It's almost like a teaching all of its own. It walks you through how to plan. Yeah. If you're not in the red, I guess the goal can be to get back to zero. Absolutely, Karen. If that's, if that's what's good for you, if you're in the red and you want to clear your debts or get back to being solvent in 3 months, then do that. No judgment here. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be thinking about, I need to do this. You don't have to look at anybody else. Look at you. Look at what you've achieved and what you want to do differently. So here's the thing. It takes 90 days to change habits. Okay. If you're going to change your habits around planning, you have to do it consistently and daily for 90 days. That will embed the habit and it will make it something that you will find easy to continue to do ongoing. So that's why I thought I'd jump in and go, right, we're coming to the end of quarter 1. Let's plan for quarter 2. this is the time. Today is the time. Now is the time for you to start thinking about how you plan and look at your business at the minute compared to what you can do, because you can all pick up a pen. You can all write down what you want to achieve. It doesn't have to be fancy schmancy. You don't have to do anything posh. You don't have to have a nice leather-bound diary. You don't have to, none of that. You don't have to have Excel spreadsheets and Word documents unless you work that way and you want them. You do it your way. You don't have to use my planner. You do it your way. But the message today is do it. JFDI. Do it and plan for quarter two, no matter how you performed in quarter one. Let's make quarter two better. I am here in Creative Genius Corner on Facebook. If you want to come into my group, then do so. I'll put that in the comments below. This year, my goals are to grow my podcast with aligned sponsors and host an in-person retreat. Well done, Lisa. Just reading some of the comments there. So whatever you do, do it with confidence, with your best intentions, and know that you are able to change things whenever you want to change them. It all lies in your hands. I have confidence in you. You need to have confidence in you. So let's go into quarter two. Let's hit the ground running on the 1st of April next week, and let's achieve something spectacular in quarter two. And believe me, I'll be sharing at the end of quarter two what I've achieved and what I've planned for quarter three, because I want to keep you on track this year and help you each quarter, rather than just throwing in my planning and goal setting workshop once a year and expecting you to be able to do that. I'm holding you accountable. Yeah. So let's do this, folks. I will see you same time, same place next week with who knows what. I haven't decided yet, but it will be linked to my goals. I will see you then. Have an awesome week. Bye for now.